jaw dropped. The most beautiful woman I'd ever seen.
I'm Natalie Foley.
I'm Tim Foley.
I'm Morale Spatz.
And I'm Andy Spatz.
I'm Ed Steele.
I'm Janet Steele.
I'm Therese Taylor Stinson.
And I'm Bernard.
I'm Brendan. I'm Frank.
My name is Greg Bolt.
And I am Heidi Bolt.
We are
the Walters.
We met probably the one and only time our paths would have ever crossed.
At Kings Island Amusement Park.
We met in graduate school at UVA.
At NYU.
We both enrolled for the same summer course.
We met in seminary. We were both studying to be pastors.
I met Teresa at work.
I was working as a security guard, Smoky Bear hat and all, walking around the park, asking people to keep their shoes on and so forth. On the porch of a general store, arranging a candy counter was my better half here.
We met at a bar. We were introduced by my friend Beth, the old-fashioned way.
One day, Teresa was returning from lunch. I whistled at her. I gave her my telephone number, and I dared her to give me a call.
I took the dare.
And I was engaged to somebody else at the time when we met.
Now, it wasn't because of me that she broke up with the person.
Oh yeah, no, that wasn't it.
I went out during seminary and bought flank steak on a seminarian income, which was nothing, and bought charcoal and grilled out on the seminary's grill for Heidi.
He had mentioned liking Sarah Vaughan, so when I came home, I bought the Sarah Vaughan Live in Japan 2-disc set.
Now, I didn't make any sides, just the teriyaki, so it wasn't the best thing, but it was really good meat.
Yeah, how'd that work? Yeah, well, it was sweet. It's just one of my least favorite Sarah Vaughan albums ever.
I tried to impress Teresa on our first date by inviting her to the movie. I drove over to Teresa's house. I picked her up, we went downstairs, we got into the car, and the car wouldn't start.
I jumped out of a perfectly good airplane to impress this man.
Bernard finally did get the car to start, and we did drive to the drive-in movie, and while we were there, I got sick.
A couple of summers ago, we heard that Who Wants to Be a Millionaire was auditioning contestants near us. Raleigh challenged me to try out. It was totally you keep saying that you should be on one of those shows. Go do it. So I did.
She surprised me at work with like a barbershop quartet.
Each time we have a little date night, we have 2 little kids, and each time we have a date night, I try my best to get the throw up off my shoulders and, get any traces of poop smell that I can away from me. That's a minimum threshold.
Then I drove Teresa to the hospital, and we spent our first date
in the emergency room.
Yeah, it's just not a great representation of her, but it was very sweet. Nailed it. One thing that I have learned about God is what it looks like to give yourself away.
I am by nature, a no but person, and Natalie is a yes and person. And I think God is more yes and than no but.
Our relationship isn't just between us, it's between us and him.
Being in a marriage shows you how difficult you are and how hard you are to live with and your own quirks, and reminds you of how much that other person must love and how much grace they give you, which also reminds me of God's grace and love.
He's been incredibly generous with me in so many ways, and most notably when my mother died suddenly and I was falling apart. I don't know what I would have done without Frank.
That God is faithful, and that no matter, it's not dependent upon you, or it's not dependent upon your goodness or how anything that is about yourself. It's God's nature. He is faithful.
Early on in our relationship, I tried to break up with Heidi because I didn't think I was good enough for her.
I know that that God loves me for who I am. Sometimes it's very hard to believe that.
And she refused to let me do that, which I think was really important for me to realize that I am actually loved and lovable. And so having someone that shows that on a daily basis is as a reminder of the unconditional love and compassion of God through Jesus.
And for Tim to just accept me for exactly who I am, faults and all, even though that's not always reciprocated, is just such a feeling of grace, and I just really always feel God in that moment, and it's really wonderful. Thank you for that.
We come from different religious backgrounds, and loving someone who challenges your faith doesn't really weaken it. It makes it stronger. It makes you think about the hard questions and helps you find that truth in your soul.
Marriage is not easy, and that long-term relationships are hard. Life happens.
Even when you want to throw in the towel, or even when you want to give up.
And we tried.
Yes. But God wouldn't let us give up. And so that's why I say that He's faithful and He's steadfast, because His ultimate nature and who He is the reason why we're still sitting here together as a couple.
There's something special about going through life and making it through the obstacles together with the same person for many years.
Dedication to God and leads to blessings that are not they're not like little individually packaged after dinner mints, or like little presents that appear and are for one person only, but they're this kind of multiplying thing that affects not only the individual but the people around them.
I think that God has been with us all throughout our relationship, and I think that would have made our relationship last so long and have been so strong. And He's continued to be with us.
I have learned that love is constant, that love is unconditional, that love is unselfish, and that no matter what, love always, always will see you through.
Well, that was pretty good, what she said.